What's up, Star Trek fans? Welcome back to the M.I.B. Master Toy Museum. I'll be your curator today. Guys, we're in our Star Trek section of our museum today, hanging out with you. And we have a fantastic offering from our Playmates toy line that produced these beautiful Star Trek figures back in the day, all the way from 1998. We bring you the Playmates Star Trek Bele. Let's bring this beautiful alien in here. Bele, the character from Star Trek, from the original Star Trek series, his race is called alien race is called they are Cherons. As you can see, the double-sided face here. And the Cheron Bele appeared on the 15th episode of Star Trek. And the name of that episode was called "Let That Be Your Last Battlefield." It was a really cool episode where Bele is looking for another Cheron that has been picked up on the Enterprise, and a battle between Bele and this other Cheron starts up on the Enterprise. Naturally, Kirk and Spock and the rest of the team have to stop this madness before it potentially harms and destroys the Enterprise. And Bele is played by the iconic and legendary actor Frank Gorshin. And a lot of people remember Frank Gorshin from his role in the 1966 Batman series as the Riddler. Let's bring this guy down for you and get a close-up here. So Frank Gorshin is a fantastic actor, a wonderful character actor as well. And they got Frank Gorshin's likeness on this head sculpt very well. Playmates did a fantastic job on these gorgeous figures. As you can see, our Cheron Bele figure is factory sealed. He comes with a Starfleet base. I believe all of them come with a Starfleet base stand that you can stand them on. And he's got some more paperwork behind that. He has a lot of essentials back here, accessories, vials, and other chemical things. I think this is some type of a jar with wine or some type of nectar in it. But M.I.B came out with their version of the Cheron back in the 1970s, and it was the two-toned outfit as well. So they had a black and white outfit on the Cheron. And I always thought that was really cool. Believe it or not, guys, and I know some M.I.B collectors out there is going to be upset with me when I say this. This is definitely the more accurate version and better version of the Cheron. This is how the Cheron actually looked in the episode of Star Trek. But I like and I love the way M.I.B portrayed him. I thought that was really cool. You see he's got shoes on down there, gray shoes on. And a lot of people complain about the hand sculpt. I love those hand sculpts, though. Big, chunky hands. Once again, they held weapons very well. They're very articulate too. The bodies And the joints very movable from what I read and the information I'm getting from other collectors. Some collectors say that they're not too articulate or not as articulate as the Mego figures. That's fine. That's okay. You know, there's no problem with that. If they were right up to par with articulation with the Mego figures or any other action figure, then, you know, Playmates did their job. These Playmate figures are just fantastic. And our Bele Cheron figure is highly collectible, as you see here. It's a collector's series edition. It's at 4,617. See, and get you a blown out look of the box. The box is in fantastic condition, fantastic shape. I bought a ton of these figures from the exchange place here, excuse me, in my city. And I've been doing a lot of business with those guys over the last few weeks, and will continue to do so. I'm going to go back and buy another 5 or 6 of these Star Trek figures. They are just simply fantastic. And here's the galactic gear that Bele comes with, our Cheron figure. Lantern bottle, fluted glass and fluted bottle, stem glass, acorn top bottle, classic action base. Ages 4 and up. You can never get too old to play with these figures. Let's turn the box around here. Get you a blown out look of the box. Just, and this is another cool thing. You can see other figures that if you don't have in your collection, what you can get, and this would drive collectors crazy. You know, because you know you don't have it. So see, let me go get it. Get you a closer shot there. There's that famous saying, boldly go where no one has gone before. Collect the latest in Star Trek 9-inch action figures. So these figures are 9 inches. So they're a little taller than the Mego figures. And I heard one collector say, well, if they could have shrunk them down to 8 inches. To me, I think you get more playability out of the fact that they're 9 inches tall. Your detail is going to be better, as you can see. You're going to have more detail on these figures. These figures are absolutely beautiful. They have their own sense of charm. And here are all of the accessories pictured here that you get. Beverage container. Playmates. And I believe the year, let me see, I'll turn him around. I think the year was on the bottom. Yeah, get your years. This is on the bottom. There you go. 1998. Guys, what do you think about our Playmates Star Trek toy line editions Bele figure? Do you have this guy? Are you trying to add these figures to your collection? I will highly recommend you to definitely add these figures to your collection. I am a huge Star Trek fan, a Frank Gorshin fan, so it was essential for me to have the Cheron alien figure, Star Trek figure, in my museum collection. And the cool thing is you guys can visit this beautiful figure anytime you want just by visiting the M.I.B. Master Toy Museum. This figure was not very expensive. I didn't pay a lot of money. As a matter of fact, I paid $10. And being able to go into a store and find this figure for that price and take this figure home is so cool, because a lot of times, we all, as collectors, we do a lot of business on eBay. We have to. This figure is 20 years old. So, I mean, you're not, it's been out of production for over 20 something years. So you're not going to find this, figure in stores like that anymore. And with Toys R Us not around anymore, that's making these figures like this that much more difficult to find and obtain and add to your collection. So that's a whole new challenge that's starting to present itself to us collectors that are looking for these older vintage-like type figures. Because you think about it, in another 15 or 20 years, this figure is going to be considered vintage. I mean, it's 20 years old already. And it's in absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous condition. And that's the way we want our figures here at the M.I.B. Master Toy Museum. I pride myself on finding these figures in fantastic, fantastic condition. We don't want it any other way, because we're about the preservation and historical value of these toy lines. So we're adding more and more and more toy lines and these action figures from these toy lines to our museum, so you guys can see, and for the younger demographic to see, how these toy lines looked 20, 30, 40 years ago, and how they were packaged. And that's where the packaging plays such a huge and vital role in what we're trying to accomplish here at our museum. We want you to see people that weren't born 20 years ago. I had a subscriber that was born in the 2000s, and I think he was born right on 2000. I think he's 18 or something like that. Never knew about these toy lines. Never seen them. So now, not only he gets to see them, he gets to see how they were actually packaged. And that's huge. That's so huge, historically wise. I mean, it's cool if you want to take your figures out. I love seeing figures taken out of their boxes. That's fine. I think we need a place for all of that in our collecting community. You have to see it all the way around. And that's what our museum is all about. Guys, we'd like to thank you for hanging out with us today in our museum. You know the routine, guys. God bless. And keep collecting.